What do you do if your twin flame still isn't ready? Are they still running? Are they still avoidant? Are they still afraid of commitment? The intensity of the twin flame connection can be overwhelming. It makes them fear union. It makes them fear coming together. And they will run very, very far until they are ready. We need to give them time and patience. But you have to ask yourself this too. If they're still afraid of commitment, deep down, so are you. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. This is the thing. There's a deep, deep overwhelm going on at the moment. Literally, there's a fear of this connection. There's a fear of committing. But this is because of our past. This is a deep reason. There's a deep core wound. There's reasoning behind this. And it's not only just from childhood, that unworthiness wound, that fear of abandonment, that fear of rejection. It's past relationships. We're afraid the past is going to repeat. We're afraid that we're going to get into another relationship, we're going to lose ourselves, and we're going to end up the same way we did before. So we run. And this is what our twin flame is doing if they're the avoidant as well. Is they're literally in this energy of, I was trapped before, I lost myself before, I don't want to lose myself again. So they busy their life doing everything other than making space for letting love in. They literally think, I'm not good at commitment, or I'm not good at consistency, but they're consistent in other areas of their life. So deep down there's a core wound telling them that they're afraid. They're afraid to open up. And this is what happens in this connection. We're so afraid to move forward because of our past. We're literally letting our past steal our future. And this goes both ways. This is mirrored energy. Because like you might think, okay, I'm ready for this, I'm ready for this. But then your twin flame runs and runs and runs. You have to ask yourself, where am I not ready? And you know, I was literally on a high, I was on a cloud nine energy. I was really in an optimistic energy. But the last couple of weeks, I have had surface emotions. Well, they're not surface emotions. They're deep emotions that felt like surface emotions. Like every day I was like in this energy of, I feel good, or, you know, everything's really going well. And then all of a sudden it was just like, oh, I'm so sad. I'm really sad. And I knew that there was something deep within me. I knew there was some kind of emotions coming up, and I was like, what the fuck have I got to do? What have I got to heal? Because I knew I thought it was just the eclipse energy, and I was like, you know, I'm fine. I knew I wasn't fine. But like I had to uncover that, and I was like, what's still in me? You know what I mean? And I kept connecting to my twin. It was like the sadness and connection to him. Like, you know, it was like just this fear of not being good enough, fear of being unworthy. And this is it. It's the unworthiness wound again and again. So this is actually as well, like if you're going through the unworthiness wound, they're going through it as well. So that's another reason that they're running. That's another reason that they're not ready. It's because of what we've gone through childhood, through past relationships. We're literally feeling we're not good enough for love. We're feeling that we're feeling that we're not capable of it as well. This is the thing. We fucked things up so much in the past. Well, we feel we fucked things up so much in the past that we're afraid that we'll do it again. And this is the thing. We did not. We are not who we were when we got into toxic relationships. We have evolved into our highest version, or we're evolving into our highest version. We have learned so much. Like, you know, this was one of the biggest ones for me. I was so afraid to trust again. I was so afraid to open my heart, and I was so afraid to let my twin flame in because of how I trusted my exes and how they fucked me up. You know what I mean? But I trusted them based on a wounded child energy, a wounded inner child energy. I was in pain. I had trauma from my childhood. I had abandonment and rejection wounds. I had a fucked up because of my mum leaving when I was 2, my dad having alcoholism. Do you know what I mean? It was literally, I was abandoned by both parents. So I went into these toxic relationships, not only because they actually mirrored some of my childhood, so they actually felt familiar. I was in this energy of, I need love, and I was so trusting and so naive that I let these people in. I didn't see through their lies. I didn't see through their bullshit, really. And I blamed myself for a long time. I looked back and I blamed just myself. You know, for a long time I'd forgiven my exes, because obviously you need to forgive in order to release. But I didn't forgive myself. I was angry with myself for allowing it to happen. I hate using that word. We didn't allow abuse. We didn't sit there and go, come at me. Do you know what I mean? We didn't allow ourselves to be fucking controlled. We suffered at the hands of assholes that fucked us up and lied to us. And because of our trusting nature, because of our open heart, we literally just, we didn't see through it. But you can't blame yourself for that. You can't move forward in life and not let new love in because of what you went through back then. You're not the same person. You've literally learned from that and you've become stronger for it. Like, you might have said, oh, I wasn't a strong enough person back then. I didn't have a strong enough personality to prevent it. No, you were in fucking pain. You were in trauma from childhood. That's why it happened. Not because you were weak, but because you were in pain. You were in a trauma bubble. But now, after that, you had the strength not only to escape it, after that, you evolved into your best version, and you've learned, you've healed, you've grown, you've opened your mind, you've expanded. You evolved into the strongest person, the strongest version of yourself. So we have to stop comparing our twin flame connection to our past relationships, because our past relationships were fucking toxic. Do you know what I mean? And your twin flame connection is going to be a conscious relationship. You know, we have to stop running from something that's conscious. You know what I mean? We're running from an image of our past, which isn't real. It isn't true. We're forgetting the 5D side of this connection. The overwhelm comes in because of our human side. The overwhelm and the intensity come in because of our 3D fears. You know what I mean? Our fears from the past, our pain from the past. Like, if we remove or just detach ourselves from the human side of this connection for a minute, there's absolute inner peace. You know what I mean? And like, I've gone through this over the weekend. Is literally, with the energy of my twin flame not being ready, I was in such a confused energy. I was healing my unworthiness wound and my self-disgust wound as well, so it didn't fucking help things. But like, I was in this energy of, it's over, like, everything's fucking gone to shit. It's not going to happen. Was I wrong? Are they even my twin flame? Like, oh, am I calling in a soulmate? What the fuck am I doing? And I was in such pain and agony. My heart was fucking breaking. And then, after I come down off the pain side of things and removed the human side for a minute, I went back into the 5D side and I started feeling my twin flame again, and I started to trust the connection again. And I was like, just because of what's going on in the 3D isn't the truth of what's going on in the 5D. You know what I mean? And like, you know, no matter what they're avoiding or what they're running from, or what I'm avoiding or what I'm running from, that's nothing to do with what's going to happen. You know, because you're literally, when you go through an episode, this is so fucking annoying, you go through this episode of turbulence, right? And everything's gone to shit. The whole thing is actually crashing around you, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck are all the signs and synchronicities about? I was getting louder signs and synchronicities. The numbers were everywhere. His name was everywhere. What the fuck? I was getting union energy. Oh my God. And then all of a sudden, it's like the whole thing crashes and you're like, what the fuck? But this is actually your biggest fucking test. Like, as I said, I was in such a confused energy going, was I fucking wrong? Is this fucking over? Do I call in a soulmate? Or are they a soulmate? And I'm calling in a twin flame. I just went into this complete and utter, oh my God, what the fuck is going on energy? And I was in such pain and such agony. And I was like, what the fuck is it all for? What are these signs all for? And I was like, and then I was just, when I came down off it, when I started to calm down, my nervous system started to calm down again. I started to kind of go, okay, signs are there for a reason. The angels are guiding you for a reason. The numbers are there for a reason. Union is happening. Union is inevitable once you let go. And we have to go through a massive shake-up in order to surrender. Like, I have been in surrender for so long, but there is such a thing as surrender and actual surrender. And that's what I'm starting to see. We have to literally let it all go and just get to a stage of, I'm not pushing this anymore. This is out of my hands. I just need to trust. And this is what we do. We ready ourselves. And like, you know, the intuition, my intuition has been telling me, and the download I was get afterwards, this had to happen for me to take a step back. And, you know, I had taken a step back. Like, I wasn't physically 3D contacting or anything like that. You know what I mean? I was emotionally after taking a step back, or physically after taking a step back. But on an energetic level, I was still kind of, when. And I needed to have the rug pulled from underneath me in order for myself to go, no, I have to let go right now. I have to choose myself. And this is the secret. We choose ourselves. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm on purpose path, and every day I'm evolving. Every day I do something new. Every day I am growing. But there was a part of me connected to that unworthiness wound and that self-disgust wound that was still keeping me stuck. And that was it. You know what I mean? Like, obviously the last few weeks I've been going through the unworthiness wound again. And then even prior to the shake-up in my connection, actually the day of, just like a few hours before, I went through a massive purge and a massive energy of my core wounding, my self-disgust wound. So that's clear as day that I wasn't ready either. And then the shake-up came in, literally as a test of faith. I had been purging the deepest part of my unworthiness wound just before the shake-up came in. And I literally was tested on whether or not I was going to believe that it was because of me or because of unhealed wounds. And I literally, like, if this had happened a few hours before, so if the shake-up had happened before I got to the core of my unworthiness wound, I would have completely went, there's something wrong with me, I'm a piece of shit. And this is effectively how I was feeling before the shake-up. They don't like me, there's something wrong with me, it's the age difference, it's this, it's that, the other, it's all this shit, it's all about me. But because I was already uncovering or digging deep on this wound, I realized this is not about me. Do you know what I mean? They're afraid. They're afraid of commitment. They're afraid of repeating the past. They're afraid of being trapped. They're afraid of being controlled. They're afraid of losing themselves, as we are. You know what I mean? Everything they're going through, we're going through as well. You know, and I realized with the shake-up that, look, I have to take this time now to really heal this unworthiness wound, this self-disgust wound, and get back into my energy. I was, as I was moving forward with my career, everything was moving forward on my purpose path. But with my self-image and my self-worth, I was still in this stagnant energy, this feeling of, I don't deserve love, or I'll never deserve love, or they'll never love me. Whereas now, because of the shake-up, and because of me healing that unworthiness wound at the weekend, I'm in the energy now of, this is not about me. Everything that's happening in the 3D is not about me. The stuff that happens, obviously, with my wounding, of course, it's about me. But what they're doing and what they're going through and what they're running from is about them. It's about their healing. And everything that I'm going through is about me and my healing. The pain I'm going through has nothing to do with them. It's everything to do with me. The triggers they're going through has nothing to do with me and everything to do with them. And we have to allow this separation we have to use this separation to help us grow, to help us come back within, to help us choose ourselves. Because effectively, we're not choosing ourselves, they're not choosing themselves. And that's what's wrong. You know what I mean? The reason they're not allowing love in is because they're afraid of it on a deep core soul level. And they're busying themselves in other areas and they're just saying, it's just not who I am. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, it's not who you are. Yeah, bullshit. Literally, you're choosing to be consistent in other areas, but you're choosing to be inconsistent here. Why? Because of a core fear. That's why. And this is it. Where are we neglecting ourselves as well? What are we running from? Ask yourself these things. But remember, if they're not ready right now, neither are you. There's something within you that still needs to be healed. If separation is longer than you expected, that means there's something within you that still needs to be healed as well. It goes both ways. It's mirrored energy. Stop wondering or worrying why they've left. Stop wondering or worrying about, their behavior or their words. They're doing this not because they don't love you, but because they're afraid to open their heart. They're afraid to let love in. And deep down, there's a part of you that's afraid of it as well. So, if you heal the core wound, if you heal your heart, if you do that inner work, take that step back, completely surrender, let them go for a minute. Do that inner work. Then things will start to align. That healing that you do will heal them as well. But it's only when you choose yourself, it's only when you take that step back, and it's when you stop worrying about what they're doing, saying, not doing, not saying. All comes back to you. So ask yourself, where am I not ready? What can I heal? And what can I do for myself to bring me closer to union, within and then outer union? Because only when taking that full step back, building yourself up and choosing yourself, that's when they will choose this as well. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a free discovery call today, and nothing more than to help you on your path. Also, I have another channel called Aligning with Angie, where I share a guided meditation every week. The info for that is in the description box.